Gun control, boy, that's a whole thing. Mm-hmm. You would think, what possible connection could there be between gun control, guns, and board games on this podcast? Well, I'll tell you, the NRA, the National Rifle Association, published a blog post about a week ago, and I believe this is a thing they do every so often, where they recommend different activities for target practice, that kind of thing, recreational gun shooting. And their suggestion for this month was to take old board games and use them as target practice. And in support of that, they gave printouts of different versions of, for example, the Candyland board game, redubbed Targetland, with different targets on it, as well as there's one for Battleship and Checkers, I believe. So that's interesting in itself. And in fact, Hasbro actually caught wind of this and gave them a cease and desist notice. And when I looked back at it, I couldn't find the actual original blog post, just the stories about it. So I think they took it down by now. But so that's an interesting thing. Their argument was that, you have these old board games lying around. You should take them up and make something more fun out of them. They specifically targeted, no pun intended, Hasbro old classic family games. There was no Battlestar targets on there or anything like that.
Well, I'm not a little surprised, considering if you have an old copy, that actually might be worth something.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't know. What do you any controversial, hot political opinions on this issue?
Well, as you know, I am a strong, staunch defender of ghost horse marriage, so this directly relates to my opinions.
As are we all. Let's get some comment.
Well. It's very, it almost feels like shooting up old things is like, take the old stuff in your garage, shoot it. It sounds like some joke commercial. I need to clean up the garage, shoot it. It is
a little weird, I guess. And the one of the, I don't know if it's arguments against it, but one of the things I saw pointed out was maybe there's an implication because these are family-friendly games.
That's definitely the cease and desist, is because, Candyland, which I would argue, and I'm pretty sure you would agree or some understand, is one of probably the lowest bars for a game, like for a kid, like to play. Like very few games you can play for a younger kid to understand. Like
right, it's clearly targeted at those little kids.
And to be like, hey kids, you want to play this? Now let's shoot it. Like, some people probably wouldn't want the connection of guns and Candyland to be together.
I mean, there are definitely, I wouldn't mind shooting Candyland. There's some other, I wouldn't mind shooting a game of Monopoly. Yeah.
However, I think Battleship is the one where they could have some real fun.
Yeah.
Because you can set up your target on the back with balloons or something, and then you both go into the shooting range. And when you shoot, you can see if it explodes red or not. And you could actually do something like a lot more fun with that.
I agree. I agree.
And also Operation.
Make sure you only shoot his kidney. You don't want to shoot the area around the kidney. That'll ruin the operation. Yeah, it is. I suppose it is. It's a little dumb and pointless, but maybe somewhat troubling, and probably for the best that they took it down. I do think it is the fact that they specifically mention kids' board games is sort of, it's a slippery slope. It's a line that you don't want to get close to.
But like I said, like with Battleship, which actually is about shooting ships,
that's true.
Really,
that's true.
I don't think you have a right to call it
that game's already about.
Like you could actually do something, I think, that has a target practice element while at the same time keeping to the game. So you can do some fun, interesting things with it.
Come on, NRA. Do some fun, interesting things with it. I mean, hey, they paid some intern to write Target land on top of a Candyland poster. So good for them. Yeah, so sorry, it wasn't as, didn't get the blood boiling like I thought it would. But if anyone out there is super anti targets, let us know.
If you are highly in support of this or highly against this, let's start a giant comment war. That's what you want. You just want a comment war on this video.
I want to have our own like salon.com article where they talk about how bad we are. Anyway.